With Dodge getting ready to end production of V8 Challengers and Chargers forever, along with their last call versions, a lot of people might be wondering what's going to happen to the 300C. Well, after Dodge hearing us say over and over again that we want a Chrysler 300 Hellcat, they're finally delivering. No, they're not. That was a lie. I'm just joking.
Hey, what's going on?
But for some kind of cool news, they are bringing back the 300 6.4 liter for the 2023 model year before they kill off the 300s too. So here's everything on the new 300Cs with 6.4 liter V8s, the 6 out of 7 last calls that have been revealed, and the big final hurrah that they've got on the way. Let's get into it. If you missed the news from the new electric replacements coming, watch that after for more info, and don't forget to check out the newest gaming channel video where we actually paired up a 900 plus horsepower Charger Hellcat and a CTS-V against each other. I really enjoy the way those videos come out, and I think a lot of you guys will too, so don't miss them. And to everyone who went over there after last video, that genuinely means a lot, so thank you very much. I'll have everything linked in the description and throughout the video. A subscribe and big ol' thumb are very appreciated, and enjoy. Starting with the news on the 6.4 liters returning in the 300Cs for the 2023 model year, Dodge is putting the Scat Pack Hemi V8s into 300Cs, so they'll be making 485 horsepower and 475 pound-feet of torque for their send-off. Sadly, these are only going to be offered for the 23 year because, like I said, they're killing off the 300s after that. But if it still makes you want one, there's kind of a limited number of these on the market made between 06 and 2010 with 425 horsepower from a 6.4 Hemi and 2012 to 14 with 470 horsepower. There are also plenty of 5.7 V8s, but you know, that's not a 6.4. It's completely different. These 2023s are going to come with 8-speed autos, are expected to hit a 4.3 second 0 to 60, a 12.4 quarter mile, and a top speed of 160 miles an hour. The downside to these is that only 2,000 are going to be sold in the US and 200 more are going to Canada, and pricing is going to start at pretty much $57,000 including destination fees. The exterior wasn't put through any big changes. This is just a send-off, but they really must have not wanted to put any money into a new bumper or anything, so differences are very minor. Probably the most noticeable thing in the outside is just a 300 logo in the front grille instead of a Chrysler logo, and on the inside, the interior is pretty much the same shape, but everything's just a little updated since the last 300 SRTs were sold. If you look at it, probably the biggest thing is just that they got rid of the shift knob and turned it into a dial. I don't blame them too much for not redesigning the interior, and hopefully they just stick to something similar to this in the future instead of, you know, jabbing two weirdly shaped giant iPads glued to each other onto the dash that they don't even fit on.
Okay.
I know a lot of people, including me, were hoping Dodge would toss some Hellcat engines into their final 300Cs before getting rid of the car, and I don't think anyone would be upset with a little wide body action on these, but having a 6.4 back in them for their last year isn't all that bad of a deal. It does also really suck how limited these are going to be, but I guess 300s weren't even Dodge's main seller, so I can't blame them too much for that either, especially with everything they're doing before ending the Chargers. And speaking of Chargers, next is all the news on the last call Challenger and Charger version to be unveiled and the other 6 versions that have already been shown. I'd say all of these things are looking pretty sick so far, and I hope I'll get to see as many of them as I can, especially the more intense ones. They pretty much all pay tribute to specific versions and trims from the past, and some take things a step further. The first 4 are based on Scat Pack trims, and none of those drivetrains were changed from the original 6.4 liter V8, so they all make 485 horsepower, but that's still some good beanage. The first one Dodge unveiled was the Challenger Shakedown, which was inspired by the 71 SEMA Challenger concept car, and it's pretty much just got a cool paint job. I think the shaker with the stripes that go around it are pretty sick and a very nice touch. Second was the Charger Super B, which had a sweet design on it, comes in a Plum Crazy or B5 blue, has a drag mode and wide drag radials, and some other small touches here and there. After that came the 2 swinger versions, one for the Challenger and one for the Charger. This name goes all the way back to the Dodge Dart from 1969, and these get a lot of green touches for the whole package. And for all the versions after those,
That's for if things get really hardcore.
The fifth reveal is called the Charger King Daytona. It's pretty much a Go Mango orange wide-body Charger Red-Eye with a power boost up to 807 horses from the original 797. Looks-wise, it comes with a bunch of other stuff besides the orange, like matte black graphics and the words King Daytona towards the back. And second to last of the last call versions is the Challenger Black Ghost with the same 807 horsepower engine, and I think this one all around is the best. It definitely comes with the best story. If you want to read the whole thing, I'll link it below because it's pretty cool, but to briefly summarize, in Detroit in the 70s, a certain 1970 Challenger RT SE, known as the Black Ghost, would show up to backroad street racing, smoke people left and right, and then just disappear for like a month. It had an all-black exterior and interior and a gator grain vinyl top. Everyone says the owner never stuck around long enough to talk to people at the time, but it turns out the racer was actually a motorcycle cop and retired Purple Heart paratrooper who had ordered the car with like every single extra option. The owner sadly passed away in 2015, but just before he did, he signed over the title to his son, and the son finally started learning more about the street racing his dad used to do and the reputation this car had. Apparently, only 23 of these 4-speed manual RTSEs were sold in its debut year, and they think this was the only one of its kind with these options. The son also says his dad wanted the plain black vinyl roof, but Dodge messed it up, and he ended up both loving and hating how it looked after. But when I see both the original owner's 1970 and the new 2023 last call version, I gotta say, I love it. I think it's sick. It's pretty cool and unique and different, but not the type of different like that weird aunt or uncle we all have. I'm a huge fan of the entire look of these, from the wheels to the rear and roof decals, and I actually really like the Dodge name on the front of the car. It just all comes together really well. Only 300 of the King Daytonas and Black Ghosts are going to be made, and as for the last final call version, there's no guarantee what it's going to be. Rumors came out in July that it'll be making over 900 horsepower from a Hellcat-based engine running on E85 fuel. It was supposed to be revealed at SEMA in November, but Dodge says because of supply chain issues, they had to push some things back. Either way, I'm a fan of the versions they've made so far, and I'm wicked excited to see what they do with their last version before, sadly, the last V8 Challenger and Charger roll off the assembly line forever. Kind of crazy saying that. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think of how Dodge is handling this whole send-off thing, and what do you think their EV should be like in the future? I feel like it's becoming more of a reality to me that they're going to stop production kind of soon, but it's definitely sad thinking about the end of the insane era we just lived through. Even if you just look at what Chevy, Dodge, and Ford were doing against each other, the whole horsepower muscle car war was kinda nuts. Also, please feel free to comment or Instagram DM any questions or video requests to me, and make sure you don't miss out on videos on the gaming channel. As always, thank you guys all very much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you and all the support lately. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day.